Good morning, students. So again we will discuss chapter 1 of political science, grade 9th, that is what is democracy and why democracy. And on page 32 now we have to discuss arguments for democracy, that is the advantages of democracy or merits of democracy. Now students, let's start with the example of China and India. Now, China's famine of 1958 to 61 was the worst recorded famine in the world history. Now, what is a famine? Famine means the shortage of food grains. So, nearly 3 crore people died in this famine. So, due to famine, as you know, starvation is there, and due to starvation, deaths happen in the country. And students, during those days, that is the period of 1958 to 61, India's economic condition also was not much better than China, but yet India did not have a famine of the kind China had. So now moving to page 33, the same topic, arguments for democracy. In this we are discussing the China famine. So according to economist students, this was the result of different government policies in the two countries. Why China suffered such a worst famine, and why not India suffered such kind of famine after the independence? Because of the different government policies in these two countries. The existence of democracy in India made the Indian government answerable to the food scarcity in the way that the Chinese government did not. They point out that no larger scale famine has ever taken place in an independent and democratic country. Why? Because government is accountable, government is answerable, government is responsive to the needs of the people. So they make that policy which will be in the favor of the people. If China students too had multi-party elections, multi-party system, and a strong opposition party and a free press to criticize the government policies, then so many people may not have died in the famine in China. So this example brings out one of the reasons why democracy is considered to be the best form of government. So democracy is better than any other form of government in responding to the needs of the people, so that proper measures can be taken according to the needs of the people. But in non-democratic countries, students, everything depends upon the wishes of the people who rule. But democracy requires that the leaders have to attend to the needs of the people. They have to be responsive to the needs of the people. So this discussion gives us our first advantage, that is accountable government. So our first merit of democracy is that the democratic government is accountable government. A democratic government is a better government because it is more accountable. Accountable means answerable to the people. It represents the need of the people. It does not depend upon the desire of the leader or the dictator that whether they have to work for the welfare or not. It is must in the democracy they have to work for the welfare of the people. In simple words, we can say that democracy is for the people, and it is an accountable form of government where leaders are answerable to the people, because media pressure is there, opposition pressure is there. So the second point here is based on consultation and discussion. So whatever decisions are taken in a democratic setup, that is taken after formal discussion, after a consultation and discussion. So a democratic decision making always involve many persons, debate, discussion, meetings, and when a number of people they put their heads and their minds together, they are able to point out the possible mistakes in any decision. And this takes time also, but there is a big advantage in taking time over important decisions. This reduces the chances of rash or irresponsible decision. So if we will take time in decision making, it is good also, because best decision will come out. And democracy is based on consultation and discussion, and such many mistakes are corrected in time. Thus democracy improves the quality of decision making. So the second point we discussed, that in democracy the democratic decision making process is based on discussion. Third point now, democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. So if democratic setup is there, so within a democracy there are so many methods to deal with the differences and the conflicts. In any society, people are bound to have difference of the opinion and interest. So if you see our country only, we have so much amazing social diversity. We have a enormous diversity, different religion, different culture, different languages in our country. So people belonging to different regions, they speak different languages, they practice different religions, and they have different caste. So these people, they have different preferences, they have different liking for the things, and the preference of one group, they can clash with those of other group. Now when conflict is there in the society, then how to resolve such conflicts? So if the conflict can be solved by the brutal power, then whichever group is more powerful, it will dictate its term and other will have to accept that. But that would lead to more unhappiness. Widespread anger will be there in the society if we are going to suppress the minority community. If majority is more powerful, if in a country will give more powers to the majority, then it will suppress the minority. More tensions will be there in the country. So if we are talking about democratic setup, then we have to do power sharing. Like in our country, we have diversity, we have diverse groups, religious groups, language groups. So it is better to do power sharing so that no conflict is arise between the different social group. If we will not do power sharing, if the majority community will dominate the minority, then problems will be there, civil war like of condition will be there in the country, and there will be disharmony. So different groups may not able to live together for long in such a way if we will do discrimination. So democracy provides the only peaceful solutions to this problem. In democracy, no one is a permanent winner, no one is a permanent loser. Different groups, they can live together with one another peacefully by the medium of power sharing. And in a diverse country like India, democracy keeps our country together. If we will follow the policy of majoritarianism, where the majority community imposes its will on the minority, then the problem will be there, conflict will be there in the country. But if we adopt more accommodative approach towards our minority community, then peace will be there in our country. So the democracy provides the peaceful solutions to every problem, and it provides the best method of dealing with differences and conflicts. So the next fourth point now, students, democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens by giving them political equality. And students, through our constitution, we were granted this right. Political equality was granted to us, and democracy is based on the principle of political equality, which ensures equal rights both for the rich and for the poor. So we have universal adult franchise to everyone, irrespective of their caste, their creed, their color, their educational status. So the educated and the uneducated, all rich or poor, all are having this right. Thus, in a way, democracy enhances the dignity, the self-esteem of the citizens. So till now we have discussed the merits of democracy or arguments in favor of democracy, and we have seen the first argument, that is democracy provides accountable government. And in second point, in democracy decision making is based on the discussion and consultation. Third point, democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. And fourth point, we have discussed that the democracy enhances the dignity of the citizens. Now the fifth point, room for correction. And it is only in the democracy that mistakes are admitted and all attempts are made to correct these mistakes. If mistakes are made, it is only in democracy that they are admitted and then corrected. So in democracy, there is a room for correction. Like like suppose if parliament passes any legislation due to which any protest starts in the country, then judiciary is there. Judiciary has to intervene, and judiciary has to pressurize parliament that again you have to amend the law, and this power is with our judiciary also to declare that law as null and void if that law is not in accordance with our constitutional provision, and if any of the law made by the parliament is creating chaos in the country. So it is in democracy only that this thing can happen, that there is a room for correction if we have made any mistake. If our parliament, our leaders have made any mistake, then it can be corrected by other organs. So this way the balance is maintained in the democracy. 6th point now. Democracy provides the opportunity to the citizens to grow according to their ability. So one can grow easily. There is no restriction. If one is capable, they can take admissions in the good institutions, and scholarships are given. If financial constraint is there, scholarship through government schemes is given to such kind of students. So through their education, through their hard work, they can change their status, so they can grow in their life. And in democratic country only this happens, that no discrimination is done on the basis of religion, and you will not be, this is your right. If you are having that capability, if you're having that caliber, then you can apply for the government jobs, and if your qualifications are appropriate, then there is no way that government can deny you that job. So it is up to you how you have to flourish yourself. Democracy, the government is providing you opportunity. Now how you have to grab that opportunity and how you have to implement those opportunities into your life, it is up to you. So in a democracy only it happens that if you want to see the change, then you have to be the change first. So now let's sum it up. So democracy cannot get us everything, and it is not solution to all the problems. It is not that we will say that Modi government is, we have given 5-year labor contract to the Modi government, and once Modi government is here, everything will be solved. No, the onus lies on the citizens also. But it is clearly better than any other alternative that we have, and it offers better chance of a good decision. It is likely to respect people's own wishes and allow different kind of people to live together. And even when it fails to do some of these things, it allows a way of correcting its mistakes and offers more dignity to the citizens. That is why democracy is considered to be the best form of government.